Another Pakistan minister has backed trade ties with India after Foreign Minister Ishaq spoke about reviving trade with New Delhi. Pakistan's Minister for Maritime Affairs, Qasir Ahmad Sheikh, says a majority of Pakistan's business community backs regional trade ties with India, Afghanistan, Iran and Bangladesh. Earlier, speaking at a press conference in London, Dar said, and I quote him here, "We will seriously look into matters of trade with India. It is now pertinent to note that this time, Pakistani Foreign Minister talked about the revival of relations without raking up the issue of Article 370. And the abrogation of it took place 5 years ago. Trade ties between New Delhi and Islamabad stand suspended since August 2019. After the abrogation of Article 370, Pakistan is currently dealing with the worst economic crisis in its history. Meanwhile, Indian External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar took a swipe at Islamabad over the state-sponsored terrorism at an event in Singapore. Take a look at this.
How do you deal with a neighbor who does not hide the fact that they use terrorism as an instrument of statecraft? Now, it's not a one-off happening. I mean, different countries at different points of time have experienced this. But a very sustained, almost an industry level, assembly line of people whose job it is to do bad things at night. To produce this with the intent of pressurizing your neighbor becomes a real challenge. India will not skirt this problem anymore.
For more on this, our correspondent Anas Malik joins us from Karachi. Anas, what should one make of such statements, especially when another key minister after the foreign minister is backing a relationship with India?
Well, I think this reflects a policy line that the PMLN is trying to push through its key ministers, the thought that it has with regards to opening trade with India and with regards to the relation going forward with India. They very well understand what this means, but it also remains to be seen as to what happens to Pakistan's previous government's core demands that has more or less been told by other state functionaries. Would there be some compromise, some negotiations, or would this decision be a unilateral decision? Remember, after the Pulwama attack, India went ahead and put down 200% duty on imports from Pakistan. And after the 5th of August 2019, that is when Pakistan unilaterally ended trade with India. So quite of a cat and mouse chase over there. It remains to be seen who would be taking the first step. But if history is to serve as a lesson, then Pakistan might well just go ahead and do this unilateral opening as it has done previously in 2011 as well. Yes.